Welcome to episode 21 of Discount Storytime. This week's story is Magma number 5, and our sponsor for today is the new Leche Belgrande. Enjoy! At Taco Bell, we strive to provide an affordable and convenient dining experience to all our customers. But since 1951, one customer demographic remained outside our reach. Until now. Today, Taco Bell proudly announces Leche Belgrande, Taco Bell's line of baby formula. That's right. Why should everyone else enjoy our amazing selection of Crunch Wraps, chalupas, and nachos while your baby sits there drinking pediatrician-approved formula like a chump? Our Leche Belgrande bottles come in 3 different sizes: a 4-ounce snack pack, 16-ounce regular, or our popular 64-ounce Chuggernaut. Choose from the following fillings: cheesy Fiesta potatoes, beefy 5-layer, or Cantina chicken. And don't forget the hot sauce: mild, hot, fire, or Diablo, for babies that can handle their shit. Finally, each bottle has a nipple dipped in either nacho cheese sauce, chipotle ranch, or crushed Doritos. Simply place your order in-store, at the drive-thru, online, or use our app. Face it, sooner or later they're going to eat Taco Bell anyway. Taco Bell's new Leche Belgrande. Crawl to the border. Magma number 5. If you are reading this, or listening to somebody read this on a third-rate podcast, then I failed my primary mission. I've included a summary report. This all started 3 years ago. My name is Lou, and I am, or I was, an investigative reporter. I had just finished a hard-hitting exposé on how government fat cats were wasting hard-working taxpayer dollars. These bozos allowed state orphanages to buy, get this, nutritious lean meats and vegetables, instead of cheaper options like rancid canned scorpion. After all the work I put into that report, I was tired and took a couple of days off. It was the middle of August and the heat was getting to me, so I decided to go walk around the air-conditioned Caveat Emporium shopping center. After perusing the Colander boutique and sipping my second sauerkraut latte, I had to use the restroom. I found a public bathroom nearby, did my business, and started washing my hands. Looking into the mirror, I noticed one of the stalls was occupied, and the guy wore very expensive dress shoes with sweatpants. That just struck me as odd. But what really got me? The guy was on his cell phone while on the toilet. Now, I'll never understand why people do that. Why? Just pick one. Phone call or toilet, but not both. But live and let live. I finished washing my hands and opened the restroom door to leave when I heard the phone toilet guy say, "No, I have to go number 5 real bad, and I'm just waiting for this stupid guy to leave. He's been washing his hands forever. Probably one of those long and pointless mental monologue things. But he's leaving now." I thought, what? Number 5? Overly long and pointless? Hands? That intrigued me. And being an investigative reporter, well, I had to, suss out what was going on. So I closed the door, but stayed inside very quietly. I heard phone toilet guy say, "Okay, he's gone. Gotta go. Get it? I gotta go. See you later." There was a loud thud, and a charred tentacle with glowing red cracks dropped down to the stall floor and started swinging back and forth. It smoked and clamored against the walls of the stall, and the guy said, "Come on, let's do this." The stall shook so violently. "Hurry, before anyone comes in! Oh, that's it!" A red glow emerged from the stall, and the bathroom became a sauna. Then a geyser of smoke and steam sprayed the ceiling. The tentacles tensed, quivered for a moment, then relaxed and retracted back out of sight. The smoke and steam fizzled away. I stood there, dumbfounded, for far too long, because the voice suddenly broke the silence. "Hey, is someone there? Who's there? Hey, who are you?" The stall door cracked open. At the same time, a crowd of men burst into the bathroom, and I used that cover to escape. Nobody else saw that. Nobody would believe me. And the guy, the thing, in the stall didn't see me. Did he? I had to find out what was going on, or I had to follow whoever or whatever it was. But the bathroom was now full. How can I know which one to follow? Then it occurred to me, the shoes, the nice shoes and sweatpants. That's enough to go on. So I found an inconspicuous place by the public restrooms to wait, and when he came out, I followed him. He didn't look like who I was expecting, not that I knew who to expect. He wasn't short, per se, but maybe a little shorter than usual. His other appearance was, well, kind of dull, like brownish red hair parted down the middle, a mustache, he wore a plain t-shirt, someone strikingly forgettable. I followed him to the Discount-O-Mart where he practically ran to his sock-faced wife and their two homely children. He was agitated and talking quickly, and I couldn't make out what he was saying. I tried reading his lips, but his quivering mustache kept distracting me, kind of like zebra stripes. I worked my way up to the next aisle over and pretended to be shopping.
"But I like those pants. Those were very nice pants."
"Yeah, but we can buy a new pair. Listen, all I know is there was a bunch of guys in the bathroom, and then one guy offers to pay us $5,000 cash right there if we switch pants and shoes with him. So I took him up on it. Once we get home, I'm throwing away the sweats, but look at these shoes."
"Well, honey, I guess you do have a point. If we have to be written as a butt-ugly family, at least we'll have money."
Damn it. He's not the phone toilet guy. Great. He could have gone anywhere. I'll never find him now. And then I thought, what if he finds me first? The idea made my spleen sink. And maybe I'm feeling paranoid, but I got the feeling someone was staring at me. I turned around quickly and jumped. It was just an older couple, though, politely looking at me and smiled kindly. "Excuse us, we need to get in there," and pointed to the shelf behind me. Of course, I'm sorry. I smiled and left the store. My instinct was to get out of the Caveat Emporium and flee to the safety of my home, but I knew that would be a bad idea. Why lead him to my house? No. I'm better off staying here in public and try to get lost in the crowd, or at least keep an eye out for someone following me. Now, if you've never been to the Caveat Emporium, it's huge, practically its own town. Lots and lots of places to get lost. Or trapped. I walked around, I zigged, I zagged, I crossed, I double-crossed, but I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. I tried not to turn around and look, but I couldn't help myself at times. Nobody was standing out. Maybe the thing gave up and left. I walked down a corridor of the Caveat Emporium, mostly filled with women's clothing stores. There was Angela Pamela, and Sandra Stiles, and Rita's Ready-to-Wear. I remembered a liquor store around the corner that sold my favorite gin. Inside the liquor store, I felt less exposed and worked my way to the back. The shopkeeper, a friendly young man, asked me if I needed help. Yeah, I'm looking for, I know you usually carry, what's the name of it? Sorry, it's been quite the day. I'm looking for a gin. It comes in a purple bottle with a picture of a trumpet on it. Do you mean trumpet gin? Yeah, sorry. Pretty obvious now that I think about it.
Not at all, sir. If you like trumpet gin, we have a new brand that is, I think, even better. If you like, the only reason I'm suggesting this is we are offering a demonstration of it to you if you're interested in a sample. You know, to taste for yourself.
I thanked the young man and agreed. We walked to the register area, and a small sampling station had been set up. The shopkeeper poured a little bit into a thimble-sized cup for me and asked, "So, sir, what do you think?" "That's good, but is it gin? It tastes... My vision went fuzzy and my legs gave out. I slumped and the shopkeeper grabbed under my arms and eased me to the floor. I heard him talking through some walkie-talkie.
"This is Mace. Did you find him?"
"Affirmative. He's been found and captured. I repeat, found and captured. Call off the search."
When I awoke, I was sitting in a chair in an ornate office. I felt like my head was full of pancake batter and my mouth was full of maple syrup, and I was hungry for pancakes for some reason. As if reading my mind, a boulder of a man in an expensive suit, except for sweatpants and no shoes, just black socks, looked at me. He walked up. His face was square and he had neatly coiffed hair, much better looking than that family in Discount-O-Mart. Oh, my Lord, that family was ugly. The large man moved towards me, holding a plate of pancakes.
"Don't be surprised if you're hungry for pancakes. That's a side effect of the drug we slipped you."
"Go to hell," I said.
Yeah. Pancakes?"
And he offered me a plate of pancakes. Go to pancake hell. Admittedly, it was not my best quip. I tried to get up and leave, but my arms and legs were fastened to the chair.
"Mr. Braga, I presume. At least, according to your identification."
He pointed to my wallet sitting on the desk. Great. Now I have to cancel my credit cards. God it. Do you know what a hassle that is? What do you guys want from me? I don't know nothing.
"Don't know nothing, you say? Oh, Mr. Braga, and your callous use of double negatives. We are not deceived so easily."
He pointed to two others in the room, I think a man and a woman, also wearing polished business wear. They wore sunglasses and stood stoically.
"We know you are a journalist, Mr. Braga. That's what caught our interest, you see."
"What of it?" I said, and sat up. I was getting hungry and slipped a glance at the pancakes. They were decorated with banana slices and chocolate chips to make little animal faces. Oh, they looked so good. Outwardly, I remained nonchalant, but inwardly I knew, whatever these things are, they do not f*** around. Why would being a journalist interest you? I asked.
"Let's start at the beginning, Lou. Is it okay if I call you Lou?"
He put down the plate of pancakes, clearly where I could see them and smell their buttery goodness. He then placed a large plastic bib on me. The other two looked on with cold indifference.
"Lou, you can call me Magma King. Now, where to begin?"
Magma King poured syrup on the pancakes, took the fork and knife, and started cutting them up. "What are you?" I asked, and our eyes met. I could see dark ferocity in his glare, but I gave back the same. Magma King didn't miss a beat. He held up a fork full of yummy pancakes. Oh, I wanted to close my mouth. I wanted to turn away, but my rumbling tummy betrayed me.
Here comes the pancake plane. First stop, Tommytown.
He brought the fork close to my mouth. I could smell not only the buttery pancakes, but the banana and even the hint of chocolate chips, which were dissolving into the syrup, into the gooey, tasty mess. I'm telling you nothing, I said, but I took a bite of pancakes anyway, and it tasted better than it looked. When this torture scene is over, I will definitely ask for the recipe. Those bastards. Magma King smiled and spoke slowly.
As you have discovered, we are not humans such as yourself. We, for eons, have lived deep within the Earth's crust, in our large magmatropolis, and the ancient alliance between human folk and magma folk remained intact.
He loaded the fork with more pancake pieces and looked to me for approval. And let me tell you, besides patting my hands excitedly and bouncing up and down in my seat, I was stoic as a rock. He gave me more pancake and continued.
But over the last years, we magma folk, who've always been peaceful, have had enough. Do you know what you surface dwellers do?
I gave him a cold stare while sipping the juice box he held for me.
You humans are always moving stuff around, loudly. Pick it up when you move it. Don't just scrape it along the floor. Do you know how noisy that is? And the stomping, always with the stomping. Just walk normally. And dropping stuff like bombs and microphones. Oh, and midnight bowling. Really? We're trying to sleep, you know. But the worst of all is the loud complaining and arguing. Seriously, we can't take it anymore. The only way we're going to get some peace and quiet is to eliminate humanity.
He could see he hit a nerve and tried to backtrack by making choo-choo train sounds with the next bite of pancakes, but that just made him disparage noisy choo-choo trains.
But it's not time to reveal ourselves yet, and we must stay secret for our evil plans to work. Therefore, it's imperative that nobody knows about us and our evil plans, especially an investigative reporter.
So I asked, Did you poison the pancakes? And if not, can I have the recipe? He got right in my face, and I saw tiny cracks in his skin, which showed glowing lava underneath, and I could feel the heat from his breath.
No, why kill you when we can use you? But first, we have to know if you can keep a secret.
Okay. He paused, cleared his throat, and bore into me with his eyes.
Can you keep a secret?
Okay.
Okie dokie, works for me. You two good over there?
The man and the woman held an expressionless thumbs up. I'm not good, I said. Do what you will to me, but I will never, never help you. Never. I saw a cruel smile drift over Magma King's face.
Really? How interesting.
By now, the only thing left on the pancake plate was a generous lake of sticky syrup. Magma King looked me dead in the eyes, and then he squished his open palm into the syrup, getting it everywhere on his hand and between his fingers.
Oops, I better clean this up. Are you sure you won't join us?
He held his hand up, and the sticky syrup ran from his fingers, down his palm and into the cuff of his shirt sleeve. Never, I barked.
Very well, suit yourself.
He reached over with his other hand and grabbed a box of facial tissues.
I should really clean this sticky mess off.
I held strong, but my eyes twitched. No, you're not going to.
Oh, I am.
Magma King pulled a fistful of tissues out of the box. Or at least he started to. There were so many tissues crammed into the tissue box that only little pieces came out. And starting with the fingertips, he wiped the sticky pancake syrup with torn-up tissues. Little pieces stuck between his fingers and on his fingertips. No, 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 I murmured. Oh.
Better wash up.
He walked over to the sink and turned it on. Without rolling up his sleeves, he rubbed his hands together in the stream of water. Soon, water soaked the cuffs of his jacket and shirt sleeves. Ugh! Water splashed out of the sink and puddled around his socks. He snarled a smile back at me.
Oh no, now I have wet socks. So squishy under my toes.
You monster! You monster! I still won't bend to your evil will. Then I heard the two stoic figures chuckle.
You are brave. You've withstood the syrup and tissues, which is more than most. But perhaps you will not be so brave when I show you what comes next.
He walked over, not bothering to dry his hands, and I could hear the squish of wet socks with each step. Ugh. The two stoic figures bring a metal surgical tray up to me, and it's covered with a blue cloth.
Are you sure? You can make this stop at any time.
Fuck you, Magma King. Do your worst. And I spit at him. His eyes flash anger, but then quickly recover. He pulled the towel off the surgical tray, and my spine went cold.
Well, 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 what do we have here?
No, oh, no, you can't. The tray was full of cotton balls and popsicle sticks. Ugh. The room started spinning. I remember the words, okay, I give in. I'll help you destroy humanity. Then everything went black. That was 3 years ago. When I came to, the magma monsters told me they wouldn't kill me or my family, at least not until the plan went into action. To my shame, I knew I was bartering for time. In return for sparing my life, I wrote articles and published books denying the existence of magma monsters. I kept it discreet, but you may have heard of some of my articles, such as, Are magma monsters real? No, stop asking. Or, I didn't say magma monsters, you did, and your face is stupid, so shut up about magma monsters, which don't exist, stupid face. Or, no magma monsters to see here, because they don't exist and what such. And you may have read my best-selling book, Magma Monsters. What magma monsters? Let's talk about something else. Yes, I was an agent for their dastardly plan to destroy human life on the surface. But I didn't have a choice. I didn't know what their plan was. I knew they were making several plans, so there would be multiple backups. And they were also clever enough to contain parts of the plan from each other, in case there was a leak. But I also worked desperately to save humanity. I tried warning the government, and I made an appointment with a top official. We agreed to meet at the highway side Franny's breakfast nook. She got there first, and then I waited a half hour before walking in, so we wouldn't be seen entering and leaving at the same time. I had a seat and immediately knew something was wrong. She gave me a pleasant smile, but before her was a plate of pancakes with banana slices and chocolate chips to make animal happy faces on them. The magma monsters got to her first. Damn it! I remained calm, and when she asked me what information I had to share with her, I casually recited the lyrics from all the songs on Lou Bega's 1999 album, A Little Bit of Mambo. Then I quickly left. So alerting the government was out, but I continued to gather information. I worked my way up the organization, at least as far as a human was allowed, and made notes of meeting hubs, others involved, aliases, and as much about the plans as I could find. Anything potentially helpful was logged and kept in a trapper keeper hidden under my floorboards. And that is my offering to humanity. Not that I was able to prevent the coming battle between humans and magma monsters, but I was hopefully able to give humanity an edge. That is the end of this summary report. Next, if I'm still able and still alive, I will provide an update. Mission update. My cover was blown when I accidentally wore a "Fuck Magma Monsters, Yay Team Humans" t-shirt into a secret meeting. In my defense, it was laundry day. I had just enough time to grab my trapper keeper from my house, and now I'm on the run. I found out what they plan to do, at least one of the plans. Frogs. Yep, frogs. They are fascinated with frogs and the idea of creating an Old Testament-style frog plague. They have imagined a scenario where frogs rain from the sky. I told them in the story of the Bible they come out of a river, but they said that wasn't theatrical enough, and we'll never get more podcast listeners unless we up our game. Can't argue with that. So they want, just follow me here. They want it to rain frogs. Rain comes from clouds. Therefore, they need to seed the clouds with frogs. That's when it occurred to me that magma monsters have been underground for eons, and clearly they have no idea how life on the surface works. So I started what I called Operation Sounds Great. When they built frog cannons to shoot frogs in the clouds, I said, "Sounds great." Now, I'm truly sorry for the frog losses. Here's another one. When they heard that running with scissors is dangerous, they invested huge sums of money into manufacturing both scissors and running gear. And I said, "Sounds great." And with each of these, they would fail, and fail miserably. At first, their spirits remained high, and then they were excited for the next plan to wipe out humanity. But over time, I could tell they were getting discouraged. For example, they started rescheduling a lot of meetings. I mean, a lot. And when they finally did have a meeting, everyone dragged in late. And for the meetings I've been privy to, they seem, well, disinterested. It's like they go through the motions, but their magma hearts weren't really into it. I wondered if destroying humanity was turning out to be more work than it was worth. I was able to steal part of one plan, and here they had laid out several steps for firing nuclear weapons at the ozone layer to make the surface uninhabitable. But each step ends with, quote, "or something," or quote, "or whatever." But this plan had me worried, very worried. I could not take a chance of them coming remotely close to success. I had to try a different tact, and fast. I returned to talk to Magma King. The operation had clearly seen better days, and I sat across him in their conference room, which now looked worse for wear. The recycling hadn't been taken out, the windows were dirty, and frogs hopped over everything. And instead of Magma King's expensive business suit, he wore flip-flops, sweatpants cut into shorts, and a stained "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" t-shirt. The two stoic figures wore wrinkled pajamas, ate nachos, and watched TV. I started. Mr. Magma King?
Yeah,
Are you okay?
yeah, of course, yeah. It's just, we had this idea and.
He just sighed, looked out the window, and drank from his mega Slurpee. May I speak frankly, sir? Magma King waved a permissive hand. Maybe destroying all of humanity turned out to be, more work than it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, we should. We should. I mean, we'll get around to it, I suppose, and what such.
What if, if this is all about the noise humans cause, what if you go and tell them the noise is a problem? And you've always, you said, had been good neighbors, and you ask humans to keep it down. He lowered his head and looked at me over the top of his sunglasses.
You mean go and talk to them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a human, and death threats aside, we've gotten along, I think.
Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. Most all humans I've dealt with have been decent enough. All except Jeremy. Oh, that guy. I really hate that guy.
Who's Jeremy?
You know, the guy, that one. He wears those hats.
No, I don't, but anyway, Magma King rapped the tabletop with his knuckles.
Yes, I believe your plan will work. At least it's worth a try. And if it doesn't work, then we kill everyone. Starting with Jeremy.
And that's where we leave off. And my message to you, dear listener, fellow human, please do us all a favor. If you have to move furniture, pick it up. Stop dropping bombs. And definitely cut out all the bickering and arguing and angry noise. Our future depends on it. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did enjoy it, please share it with a friend. If you hated it, please share it with an enemy. Until next week, you can reach out to me and let me know what you think of the podcast so far. Just click the link in the show notes or email me at mail@discountstorytime.com. Until next week, please take care of yourself and remember to laugh. Bye.